Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40k boarding patrols, and today we're going to take a look at the Grey Knights boarding patrol box set. In this video we're going to go through the contents of the box set, talk about how we can build said units up, and talk about how they work on the tabletop before having a look at some other units we can use to expand those initial purchases with and create some alternate options and builds for our force with. We'll then finish off the video with a little sample army list of 500 points, the standard point size for a boarding patrol game, for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own boarding patrol force for Warhammer 40k. And so, with that said, we have the first character in the box set, which is Castellan Crow. Now, Castellan Crow is a named character for the Grey Knights, weapon skill, ballistic skill 2+, strength toughness 4, 5 wounds and 6 attacks with a 2-up save. Now, he's got the Black Blade of Antwer. This is his special weapon, so it's +1 strength, -3 AP, damage 2 in melee, and each time an attack is made with a weapon, a modified wound roll of a 6 will inflict D3 wounds in the target in addition to any other damage, so a pretty powerful close combat weapon. He's got a Storm Bolter on him as well, and he's got a few cool rules. So his Heroic Sacrifice, if this mod is destroyed in the fight phase, he effectively can fight before he dies. He's got a 4-up invulnerable save, and he's got Cleansing Flame, so each time his unit attempts to manifest the Purifying Flame psychic power, he can add one to his psychic test. Martial Superiority at the start of the fight phase. If he's in engagement range of an enemy character, he gets to fight first. And Honor of Death. This model is eligible to perform Heroic Intervention within 6 inch, which is pretty cool. So all in all, he is, pretty much a dedicated character killer, but will also really take it to a lot of other units. Now joining him we have 10 Grey Knights. Warriors, these can be built as either Inceptors, Purifiers or Strike Squads, all of which can be taken in our boarding patrols. If you go check out the boarding patrol rules free on Warhammer Community, you'll see what units are eligible, what units are not. We can't build Purgation Squads from this, but all these other options are available. Now, Strike Squads are our baseline unit. They will come with the Storm Bolters and their Nemesis Force Swords or Force Halberds. They are just a base 1 Psyker, and they're pretty much just standard-ish sort of Space Marines, you can really say. 3-up save, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3-up, strength and toughness 4, 2 wounds, 3 attacks each is really where it gets a little bit different, but all in all, not too much different than what you would expect. Now, the other units we have, first of all, Purifiers. They're an elite squad option, and Purifiers are equipped with a ton of Flamers. Or rather, you can have a ton of Flamers in the unit. For every 5 models in the unit, 2 Purifiers can have their weapons changed with a weapon from the special weapon list, which can be, Psy Cannons or Silencers, but Incinerators, that's really where, the name sort of goes down. They can attempt to cast some different psychic powers, and going on that flame thing, they have the Purifying Flame psychic power. They're the ones that maybe go a little bit alongside Castellan Crow, but you don't have to take them with him. The last one is the Strike Squad, which is a fast attack choice. The Inceptor Squad, but it is a fast attack choice. And the last one is the Inceptor Squads. These are a fast attack choice, but they are available to us thanks to how we build a boarding action for Grey Knights. The big thing is they pretty much jump around the table with their teleporters. They've got some changes in how they sort of work in boarding actions. I really suggest you go read the Warhammer 40k boarding action rules and adaptations for Grey Knights for looking at how Inceptors work in that game mode. Now, the other unit we get inside here are the Grey Knight Terminators, which can also be built as Paladins and actually give you the models to be able to build maybe a Brotherhood Captain, a Brotherhood Ancient, a Brotherhood Apothecary. But the Terminator Squad here for me, these are the ones that I really love. Getting those Paladin squads is just awesome. This and the Terminator squads. The Paladins are a little bit better with a weapon skill 2+, but the Terminators are, a little bit cheaper. They've got a decent variety of weapon options available to them. They're going to be weapon skill 3+. They're going to have the options to be able to take a different sort of special weapons on the unit. They can take a variety of the different sort of close combat weapons as well. Now, if we're looking at where to go next, Grey Knights, really the big change here, you've got all the options for the units pretty much for the other options that come inside the box set there. So it's really into maybe looking at a couple of different characters. Something interesting if you're looking to maybe bring in some interesting special weapons is actually looking at taking a Brotherhood Tech Marine. He'll take up your HQ slot, but he will unlock the ability to take servitors in your force. Servitors can be pretty interesting. They'll be able to bring plasma cannons, multi-melters and heavy bolters to your force, something you won't have access to in the force otherwise. I think things like heavy bolters, which are heavy 3, or indeed blast weapons like the plasma cannon can be really nice weapons to bring to your force. Now, the Brother Captain, we talked about him, that you can build him from the box set. You can also grab this cool miniature here as well. He's essentially just your base leader. His big thing is the Tactical Precision Aura, where friendly Brotherhood core units within 6 inch can reroll wound rolls of 1. However, we can look at some of the other named characters to maybe swap out Castellan Crow for. And the first of these is Kaldor Drago. Kaldor Drago, for me, he narratively just fits fighting in the Space Hulk. It's go read some lore on Kaldor Drago. He's awesome. But he's got the Rights of Battle, where you can give the reroll hit rolls of 1, much like the Brother Captain. And he's got the Supreme Grandmaster rule as well, where in your command phase he can select one friendly Grey Knights core or Grey Knights character unit within 6 inch and give them entire rerolls. He's got the Titan Sword for +4 strength, -4 AP, damage 3, and he's got his Mastercrafter Stormbolter as well. Now, we do have Grandmaster Voldus as well. Now, this, you'll notice, I've just tied 2 Grandmaster weapons. Well, that's because Drago sort of got, you know, a little bit lost in the warp, and that's sort of the lore you might want to go read up on. But the Malleus Argonum is an interesting one as well for Voldus. ×2 strength, -3 AP, damage 3 on his hammer. He's got a Mastercrafter Stormbolter. He's got the Rights of Battle, where he makes a friendly Ward Maker's core unit within 6 inch. He can give them reroll hit rolls of 1. And, you know, he's another option to potentially take for your Grey Knights. And so here we have our sample army list. We've got Castellan Crow in the list, of course. And then troops-wise, we've just gone for the Brotherhood Terminator and Strike Squad in this force. I think this is a nice, decent way to play with your force. You can certainly grab other Grey Knight units later to sort of expand and trial some different units. But I think this is a good start. For starters, our Terminator squad, we've gone with Justicar, who's going to have a Nemesis Demon Hammer. We've then got 2 extra Demon Hammers in the unit as well. A Psy Cannon and a Warding Stave will give us the full unit. We then have a Strike Squad. This will have the Grey Knights Justicar with a Nemesis Demon Hammer. We've got the Nemesis Warding Staff, and then we've got four swords, though really make your options here whether you like 4 swords or halberds, really up to you. Then we've got an Incinerator and Psy Cannon as well. We then went to go with 2 Grey Knights with the Nemesis Falchions as to provide a little bit of different offense, and you can create some really nice sort of combinations in your units here, splitting these up into 2 different boarding parties of 5. If you've got some ideas though on how to run your Grey Knights, on what you would do with this box set, let us know down in the comments below how you've been going, if you've played any games of Boarding Patrol with Grey Knights. Love to hear from everyone. And so that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you did enjoy the video and you want to say something, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also down there in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel if you'd like to do so. You can either grab yourself some merch via our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, which are linked down there, or our Patreon and YouTube members, where you can help support the channel, get yourself a shout out, and indeed if you're a YouTube member as well, get yourself some cool emotes to use in our live discussions or indeed on your comments on YouTube. As a special thank you to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising 8, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Conomos, Colorblind Magic, and Daniel Etherington. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariane Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, James Tillman, and Dylan Areno. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see here for the channel, and to everyone who helps run our Discord server, all our mods, you're fantastic, and everyone who makes it a great place in there as well, and indeed to everyone who helps come and do the battle reports, and to all our sponsors on the channel as well. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.